Hello Health Fitness Tube fans. Welcome back to another healthy fitness video. In this video, I'm going to talk about my personal experience and relationship with fitness in the hopes of helping you get started on your own personal fitness journey. It's not easy at first, but it's worth it. You're worth it. My fitness journey. It was about a year ago I told myself that this is just how I want to live my life. I was motivated to hit my fitness goals in terms of how I look, but I quickly realized that before any of that happened, I needed a complete mindset shift. I honestly had no idea how much this would actually impact my life. You see, this was me about 5 years ago. I had no intention, no purpose to what I ate. I was drinking way too much. I had no consistent workout routine. And I was dealing with a ton of anxiety and health issues as well. And now I'm about 25 pounds lighter and feeling better than I ever have before, both mentally and physically. This is my story on how I made this transformation, and I'm now calling on you to begin this journey for yourself. I wanted to share my fitness journey with you and how it's impacted my life in not just how I look, but how I feel as well. So first of all, in the fitness world, there's so much information out there when you're just trying to find basic information. From shedding a few extra pounds to losing serious weight. It's no wonder why trying to get in shape can be really confusing. When I started all of this a little over a year ago, I went through months of doing research and trying to figure all of it out, only to discover it's actually a lot simpler than I was making it. Before we start, just as a disclaimer, I want to say I'm not a doctor, I'm definitely not your doctor, and all of this information that I'm providing you is just based on my experience and all of the research that I've done over the last few months and year or so. If you need to talk to your doctor about a change in your diet or exercise, do that as well. Also, if you are subject to any eating disorders, or if you've struggled with any type of eating disorders in the past, this video may not be for you. I do discuss tracking calories and being very attentive to what you eat, so if any of that kind of stuff is triggering for you, definitely watch another video. Okay, so be sure to watch the whole video as I dive deeper into the mechanics of my weight loss and exercise journey. How to track calories out. Let's start with that. I accurately track the calories I'm burning now by using a simple fitness tracker app called MyFitnessPal. A link to the app in the Google Play Store is in the description below. Or with a quick Google search, you can find a calorie and weight loss type of calculator, and you can put in your age and your height and your weight and how much you work out, and it's going to spit out a number of estimated calories you're burning. Let me tell you right now, none of it's accurate because none of it really actually knows how hard you're working out. If you're super fidgety when you're driving, all the different things that you're doing that burn calories and add to that caloric expenditure. What I have found is the best way to see what my total calories burned in any given day is using some kind of fitness tracker. Now, I personally use my Android phone and the MyFitnessPal app. Some people like the Apple Watch and the fitness app on their iPhone, which actually gives you a complete overview of active as well as resting calories combined, which gives you that magic number every single day of the total calories you've burned. You can then use that number to determine how many calories you're going to eat and how much of a deficit you want to create. Now, one of the things people do is wear it pretty much non-stop. The reason why they wear it all day is because it's constantly tracking your heart rate, and then when you work out, you can tell it what type of workout you're doing, and it'll still say that that number isn't 100% accurate, but this is pretty close. I can attest to the fact that over months and months of tracking this versus what I'm eating, I've seen the results and the shedding of pounds. So if you already have an Apple Watch, or if you have the ability to get one or some type of fitness tracker that will show you your active and resting calories that you burn every day, this is going to be one of the best and simplest ways to track how many calories you're burning. If you don't know this number, it's very, very challenging to try and estimate how many calories you're burning. If you get on a treadmill, that treadmill is going to spit out some number of calories you burned, and it's almost always going to be overestimating. I promise you this will make a huge difference. So now that we know how to accurately track the calories we're burning and how to track the calories going in, let's now discuss how I track the calories that I'm eating. I personally use the app MyFitnessPal, and everything I eat every day I add to this app. This gives me a total daily number of calories I'm eating, as well as the macro and micronutrient breakdown of all of that food in conjunction with MyFitnessPal. I also use a food scale and weigh almost everything I eat. Now you might be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, you're telling me to weigh my food. But this is amazing because it means you just can't lie to yourself. There's no one else that's putting food in your mouth except for you. So you've got to be super honest with like, okay, this is exactly what I'm eating. I can't be like, well, let me just round down a little bit on the chips I ate. If you want to be as accurate as you can, this is going to give you a pretty accurate number. And then again, you know exactly what you're eating versus what you're burning. From there, you create that calorie deficit. And if you do that over a period of months, you will shed the weight. But I will say, this is why a lot of people fail. They work out super hard and maybe they're even tracking all those expended calories, but they have no idea what they're eating. For example, one sugar cookie is like 50 calories. I could easily eat a whole sleeve of cookies in a matter of minutes. How about you? So that's 500 calories. It would take me about an hour or so of running to burn 500 calories. You can work out and burn a bunch of calories and still eat all of those expended calories. And an Apple Watch or a fitness app like the one I use called MyFitnessPal will get you started in the right direction. Want to know the easiest way to maintain a calorie deficit? My main tip for you to maintain a calorie deficit is to tighten up the window in which you're eating. One might call this intermittent fasting. I personally do this. I usually stop eating every night at around 11 or 12. And I usually don't start eating until the next day, at around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. If you only have 8 hours to eat, 2,000 calories is going to feel like you're eating like a king, and it's a very effective way to maintain a calorie deficit. What about working out? With all of that said, that's like 80% of losing weight. You could be a sedentary person, and if you're tracking the calories you're expending and you're eating in a caloric deficit and you're not active at all, you're still going to lose weight. So that other extra piece is exercise, fitness, working out. Now for me personally, I work out 6 days a week with about 60 to 80 minutes of strength training, and then another 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes every day of cardio. So most days I'm working out for a minimum of 2 hours now. This is a lot. I don't recommend you go and start working out tomorrow 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. It's just something I've slowly progressed to, and I just love it. It's a massive mental challenge for me, and I find that the mental challenge really transcends into other aspects of my life where I can be more focused, more creative. Working out also helps you more easily create a calorie deficit as well as build, strengthen, and define muscle. I'm not going to get into a bunch of specifics on my workout routines right now, though maybe I'll make another video on that, but that over a long period of time, with calorie deficit and hitting your protein intake goals, you can get pretty shredded. The thing is, you can definitely lose weight and get down to like 12 to 13% body fat, but to get even lower to like under 10% body fat, it just takes time. You have to be really consistent over a long period of time. Just like you were with your eating and you saw those results, you have to stick to your plan with consistency, and with that consistency, you will see the results. Trust the process. My advice on consistency. One of my biggest tips for you is do not depend on motivation or inspiration. You might be watching this video and be like, you know what, yeah, I'm inspired. I'm watching this video and I'm gonna start this fitness journey. You tell yourself, I'm gonna get in shape. Well, guess what? Inspiration goes away quickly. 2 weeks from now, you're probably not gonna feel that same motivation at all. You're not gonna feel pumped and energized like you are right now. And while it's great to be inspired, you're for sure gonna have days where the last thing you wanna do is work out and eat in a caloric deficit, whatever it might be. And if you've been depending on the motivation as some indicator to work out or eat, right? Well, when that's not there, guess what? You're going to fall back into your old habits. When you don't feel motivated, you don't feel inspired to do it. When you do it anyways, what happens is you start to reprogram your mind and build in those good habits. And that growth only happens when you really push through on the days you don't feel like doing it. Focus on consistency over a long period of time. Once you get past that 30-day mark, that 90-day mark, 6 months into it, You're not fighting the mental stuff as much anymore of like, I'll just skip today, or I'll just go out to eat today. And that's been super helpful for me. I started this whole journey saying this is just how I live now. This isn't some 30-day challenge for me or some 90-day thing, some 3-month thing. You have to say this to yourself and mean it. This is how I'm going to live my life from now on. No matter what, no excuses. What I've learned through all of this, I promise you, is that this is super simple stuff. But it works. It truly works. Don't look for some quick fix. You didn't put those pounds on overnight, so don't expect overnight miracles. It's consistency over a long period of time that will prove to be a long-lasting lifestyle solution. Stick to it, and before you know it, all of these new habits are going to feel good. Your confidence is going to skyrocket. You're going to love the workouts. You're going to love eating better. I had lots of anxiety in 2019 and 2020, and I am much more in control of the state of my mental health. My friends and family have seen the change in me. So this isn't just about looking fit, it's how you feel, how happy you are, and how content you are with life. Through all of this journey, this is probably the biggest thing that I've learned, and I'll leave you Health Fitness Tube fans with this. I actually wrote it on my phone, so I'll read it to you all. Here are the best choices you can make each day. Slowly weave a tapestry that creates how you live, feel, and experience life. It's so important that you're very intentional with every single day in what you're doing. And it's not necessarily just about fitness and nutrition, but these two things play a huge role. I hope you're inspired by this video to start this journey for yourself. If you're going to start this thing, see yourself 6 months from now, still at it, still learning, still growing, and truly embrace the journey and view your body more as a river that ebbs and flows as opposed to some math problem you have to solve. I know we're talking about calorie deficits and the numbers of calories you're burning versus what you're eating, but your body isn't a math problem. Your body is constantly changing, so you have to be okay with the fact that along this journey as you lose weight, it's not going to be this linear path. It's going to have its ups and downs, so be patient and forgiving with yourself. That's super important. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the link to the fitness tracker app I use in the description, MyFitnessPal. I hope you got some inspiration from this video. I just want to say thank you all again so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing. Also, like and share this video with someone you know that could use the inspiration. And don't forget to hit that bell to be notified of our latest videos here on Health Fitness Tube. See you on the next one.